Alright, there's no greeting from me to start this video. Sonny's pissed. Now that Modern Warfare 2 Season 2 got announced, I'd like to show you a clip from my last video on Modern Warfare 2 about my hopes for the game. I just pray that multiplayer gets consistent updates with content and balancing, and it's not just left in Warzone and DMZ's shadow of getting a pittance update every season, and that they make quality and substantial updates to DMZ over the coming 2 years, and not just, ooh, here's a new point of interest every season. Well, fuck me, I guess. Sorry for having even the lightest of expectations for a company that saw record profits for this series another year in a row. What the fuck is this roadmap?
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
2 new 6v6 maps, except my bad, Museum was in the beta and got removed before launch, and Dome has been in Al Mazrah since its launch, and is from the original Modern Warfare 2. Dome and Terminal for Ground War, both have been in Al Mazrah since Season 1 too. Activision, you can't piss on me and tell me it's raining. The sheer audacity to say that this game is going to have unprecedented levels of support, and then release this pitiful roadmap. I took Season 1 with a pinch of salt, because it's the launch season, and they were releasing DMZ and Warzone, so give them time, I thought. Well, fuck me, that was bollocks. Let's go over a fixed version of the roadmap my friend made to prove a point. Multiple boxes highlighting the new Resurgence and DMZ map, to pad out that it's the only main highlight of the new season. Don't get me wrong, I love DMZ and it's been the highlight of the game for me. But even then, they're having to do a progress reset for it because they admitted they fucked up faction mission progression and had to do a fix by wiping it, listing the new map twice, once for DMZ and once for Warzone. Seriously, are you guys that desperate to make it seem like it's a lot of content? Put the filler away, guys. Ranked play was in Cold War and Vanguard. Raid Episode 2 is kinda cool, but frankly, if you've done the raid, you go, oh, that was it? All that for Gaz? Ooh, look at all the new modes, except all but one were in previous games, you dirty bastards. Also, I love how 3 of them are in season because apparently they have to drip feed the fucking drip we're already getting. God, I cannot wait for Season 2 Reloaded when they list all of these in-season features again like we're fucking idiots. 3 new weapons are cool, even if one is the ISO from 2019. I don't care about the crossbow personally, but you're seriously telling me that they're bringing back dual melee weapons, which caused such severe balancing issues in Warzone and multiplayer and were barely touched. I can't wait for the soy-faced meta thumbnails with them in red circles and YouTube titles of buy these overpowered weapons right now. And 1 new operator instead of the usual 3? You must be saving them for the in-store bundles. Because speaking of which, why the fuck are microtransactions listed as features in the fucking roadmap? And frankly, it's a lie to call any of these £20 purchases micro anymore. Nah, I originally had a point at the end of this video before the Season 2 roadmap came out that if they showed respect for players with this update, I might actually buy a skin if it's got cat ears or an anime riot shield because I like DMZ so much, but I'm fucking fuming. The mode I paid £60 for is left in the dust for free-to-play modes that get more content. We get spat on and told to be grateful by corporate bootlickers. Originally, I had a point about the paid expansion that was rumoured, but it seems as if we're gonna get fucked over even more. Apparently, the rumours state now it's gonna be a new game in the Modern Warfare universe, not an expansion. A whole ass new game. What happened to the 2-year COD cycle and actual support for the game? I would almost be okay with the drip feed we're getting if it was over 2 years, but they've fucking drip fed us meager content and saved the rest for the new game that's coming out this year? Fuck me, this is a shambles. Also, hello, anyone remember Spec Ops? Something they touted as having a great return? Well, once again, fuck me, because Season 1 came with 1 shite mission. And now they're gonna claim that Raids is the new Spec Ops. Come on, 2 different bloody things here. I think I'm gonna be a DMZ only player for now, but I'd like to show you an example of how Call of Duty could be done better, and also worse in some ways. I'm gonna talk about a controversial game here, Call of Duty Mobile. I don't even really know where to start with this game. There's so much to talk about in COD Mobile for better and for worse. It's basically the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate of Call of Duty games. Guns, maps, and characters from every entry in the Call of Duty games, fan favourites, new ones, and remixes of old ones. Multiplayer, Battle Royale, and Zombies available, with a constant rotation of limited time modes cycled in and out every couple of weeks to months, an actual ranked mode with fair progression and ranking system, and even the ability to buy previous battle passes and progress through them at your own pace. But we'll get onto monetization in a moment. I'm going to start with one of the big pros before I talk about one of the big cons. First, the gun customization and available stats is light years ahead of any of the Call of Duty games. Actual percentage stat increases and decreases, a great visual variety of available attachments like scopes, barrel changes, and stocks, and the best in-depth stat screen of any Call of Duty game, showcasing a full in-depth comparison between 2 different guns or specific gun setups, like damage over range, full bullet spread disposition and pattern, different pros and cons. Like, come on now, man, how is this not a standard for Call of Duty by now? The metagaming for different attachments has been a thing since before Modern Warfare 2019, and it's clickbait as hell. This is the most overpowered M4 setup with the goddamn red arrows and circles. People are gonna do it. Let the casual players have access to the same information rather than third-party sites. But getting away from my disdain about the modern YouTube content cycle, I have more things to vent about. The monetization in this game is disgusting. You might have seen videos online of some of the awesome skins they have in this game. Glowing particle effects, transformations on kill, crazy inspect animations. And yeah, they're awesome if you're into that particular style, but they're also only available through predatory gambling mechanics designed to sap cash, create FOMO, and lower the user's will to resist this kind of practice. You have two types: regular loot boxes and square unlocks. Loot boxes are what you already know. Pay X to get a chance to get something, but there are so many loot box types for every bit of customization, it's unreal. The high ticket items that everyone wants are done in this legendary box format, where the cost starts small, but after every gamble, the price goes up. This is because your chance to get the big ticket item goes up once the pool is less diluted, but with a base chance for that item ranging between 0.3 to 1.9% chance. Unless you've got a lucky charm, you're going to be pumping some serious money in here to get what you want. Oh, and did I forget to mention that even if you get a legendary weapon skin, you now need to get an additional unique currency to upgrade it for all the effects. Your legendary is unupgraded, and you either need to grind your ass off or spend money to upgrade it to the full glowy wonder that they actually advertise. To give them a shred of credit, they do give you a lot of free cosmetics by doing seasonal events. Some of them are just base recolors, but some of them are pretty nice. Frankly, they give you 10 times more free drip than Modern Warfare 2 when you fucking paid the full price for the game. But so much of this game is designed to be predatory. Completing the battle pass gives you exactly the same amount of COD points that it costs, rather than a couple of extra ones like mainline games. There's a gacha style daily login pass you can buy that gives you free bonus goodies if you log in every day of the month, but no login, no rewards for what you paid for. When you first start playing, there's a mini new player battle pass that costs a $5, but gives you some rewards and a bit more than a $5's worth of COD points. But the amount of pop-ups and flashing markers trying to get you to buy it is unreal. Now, as a bonus, unlike mainline games, you can buy previously released battle passes and progress them anytime, which is good, but the value of them really depends. Some of them have good content, and some of them are filler, aside from the big ticket items. Now the maps. God damn, it's Nostalgia Valley in here. Aside from the regular dead horses that get beat up and brought out every game, for example, COD Mobile has 3 versions of Nuketown, but it's also got maps from Vanguard, Cold War, multiple Black Ops games, and multiple Modern Warfare maps. Seriously, using Cold War or Advanced Warfare guns in Crash from COD 4 is a weird experience. And speaking of guns, there are so fucking many. Like, it almost feels like too many at points. There are 24 different assault rifles, all with their own progression and levels. Now, as a caveat, weapon levels are slow. They start off decent and then slow down to incentivize using bonus XP tokens gained from challenges. Or you can watch an advert to double weapon XP for the next game. There's a way to watch adverts to get tokens to get some rotating cosmetics. So to do my part, I watched 30-second long adverts to get rolls, to see my luck, and for background content, the things I do for you guys. It's also got a great clan system with actual rewards and activities for participating. I really don't know why mainline CODs sideline engaging social features for inherently multiplayer games. It's not going to create more toxicity because this is already fucking Call of Duty, where people are toxic as shit.
Matteo Salvini, ma va fai buchini.
Kurwa ci chłopci wolno.
Ej, ty kurwa kurwa! Kurwa macho facę!
Ja pierdolę kurwa mać!
There is one thing about the multiplayer, a lot of bots. Because if you play on a mouse and keyboard like me, or use a controller, you'll be getting a lot of fucking bots. I decided to play ranked to increase my chances of getting real players, but I didn't consistently get lobbies of real players until I reached pro rank. I got lobbies with a couple of real players here and there, but not consistently. I mean, I'm not bad at first-person shooters, but I didn't get a 5.0 KD by just shitting on mobile players. The same goes for Battle Royale. It's ranked, so you're progressing and ranking up as you play, which I would really like in Warzone 2, but it took me a while to get pro to play against people in multiplayer. I'm not putting in that time again to get real people in the Battle Royale, but what I will say is that the Battle Royale has some cool innovations that I would love to see as an optional or rotating mode in Warzone 2. You choose a class that gives you a unique ability, healing station, light stealth cloak, deployable cover, all that sort of jazz. But as soon as I saw this, I knew I didn't need anything else. The grappling hook. It's a universal fact that a grappling hook makes any game better. I refuse to believe there's a game that is worse off for having a grappling hook. Please, if you have one, tell me in the comments so I can fact check. But it felt really nice to speed up my mobility and verticality by using it in matches. You can pick up different optics for your guns, and instead of assorted attachments, there are perk modifiers for your gun you can pick up. They range in the usual MMO loot colour scheme. Grey is meh, and purple and yellow is a big upgrade. In some of the loot crate drops that happen, you can even find red tier guns that you can't add perks to, but they're pretty strong from the get-go. Whilst I'm not really a fan of the MMO loot tier rarity system in multiplayer FPS games, for a mobile game, I understand it may balance the playing field or could reward players in specific instances. There are also boss enemies you can fight for some reason. I have no idea why these are in here, but they are, and they drop great loot when you kill them. The one I fought wasn't too hard to kill, but I assume if it was a regular match with a lot of players, the sound caused during the fight would mean players could easily ambush you and take the kill. When you win or lose a game, you are greeted with a fucking excellent recap screen, showing you a trail of what you did in that game and what happened when. And like, come on my man, how is this not in Warzone? Or even a heat map? It would be a much better way to end it than a summary of XP that doesn't matter at all because seasonal leveling is a pointless grind. But now for something that I cherish deeply in my heart, that I never knew would be in COD Mobile. I hold some real nostalgia and passion for COD Zombies, and not just because my formative years were spent playing World at War Derreries with the boys, but because I've been a consistent player and fan of the game mode. Black Ops 3's custom COD Zombies maps on PC are amazing and a regular staple for me. And Vanguard Zombies was a slap in the face and a disgrace to everything Zombies stood for. Seriously, I've still not forgiven Treyarch for the worst fucking version of the mode I've ever seen, so I went in cautiously with this. And I was rather surprised. It's not endless mode by default like I expected. On regular difficulty, it's 7 waves then a boss, and on hard, it's 15 then a boss. Having a boss fight to end it was kinda surprising, but when I considered that it's mobile and designed for shorter play sessions, it made a lot more sense. The boss fight itself is easy as fuck. Just kite the big bug around and shoot it in the glowy bits. But when viewing it from the eyes of shorter and condensed play sessions and progression, it actually works quite well. The only map available right now is Shinonuma, which I've played to death. But it's still nice to play a classic occasionally. No super weird modifications to the map, aside from no left right in the swamp, and the box locations are slightly off. There's a vending machine to get armor upgrades and buy loadout weapons. You gotta collect a pack-a-punch piece from each of the 4 unlockable areas to unlock pack-a-punching. Upgrading your gun has 5 total levels that scale in points. All in all, it's the classic Zombies experience, slightly remixed and condensed for mobile. It's got good cosmetic rewards for playing with it, as it has its own free battle pass system. Seemingly, it's not bad. Not really my thing, as I still prefer the traditional Zombies mode, but they could have done a lot worse reworking this into mobile form. COD Mobile is a weird one. On one hand, solid systems, great gameplay variety, cool mechanics, and solid content. On the other, it's got some of the most predatory monetization on par with even the worst gacha games. Skinner box player retention mechanics out the wazoo, and more bots than the RuneScape Grand Exchange. I was thoroughly surprised at some of the highlights of this game, and not so shocked by some of the low points. I hope Modern Warfare 2 and subsequent Call of Duty games learn from COD Mobile that you can have cool skins and content players will want to buy on top of their £60 purchase, but only if their money is respected with actual content, and not a shallow offering at launch with promises of more is coming, without the players knowing if that content is substantial, or a drip feed of 1 new map and 1 remastered map each season while they milk the fuck out of Warzone players for every penny they have. I understand that some of this level of content is provided by the sheer raw dogging of their players' money for certain cosmetics, but the thing is, it's just that. Optional cosmetics in a free-to-play game. They don't make playable content that is locked behind a paywall, and whilst I detest the nickel and diming of their customers that mobile does, maybe Call of Duty should just become a proper ongoing live service, with no box price but more cosmetic microtransactions if they're going to keep bending us over in full-priced releases. I'm not saying I want that, but right now Activision is having their cake and eating it too. Something's gotta give, but then again, with record profits, maybe it doesn't. I pray that mainline Call of Duty never goes back to the point of loot boxes, gambling mechanics, and map packs that split the community. And whilst I'm against the idea of microtransactions for the most part, I also understand that it's basically too late for them to go away. We sheep have consumed the Kool-Aid for too long, and it's become a standard. I'm also a hypocrite, because I occasionally buy skins with anime milkers on them, but let's skip over that part. That's all from me for now. If you have any feedback, be it pros and cons for Modern Warfare 2 or COD Mobile, I'll gladly have a conversation in the comments. I know with the fun I've had with DMZ that I'm going to keep playing with my friends, but I don't think they're going to get any more money from me, and that might even extend to not buying the new COD at launch, because it's been disappointment after disappointment. I'm a glass half full kind of guy, but not when a AAA studio keeps pissing in it to tell me it's full. Thank you for watching.